Hey everyone, please check out my Marvel and Harry Potter channel. I'm really working around the clock to bring you guys Vader Episode 2.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey everyone, what's going on? So do you remember that video I did about a year ago on how everything Obi-Wan saw as he was transitioning into a Force Ghost? It actually led him to seeing a piece of the new trilogy as well. I didn't mention this in the last video because I didn't want to go into detail of it, and I knew everyone would be asking questions about it. So, today's video is solely about that. The passage, once again, is from the set of short stories in the book From a Certain Point of View, where we go through many characters as they explain their points of view of different parts of their lives, particularly the highlighted ones. And with that, today's video covers just a short but very interesting piece covering what Obi-Wan saw as he died. Here we go. Is this power? This torture? I am like a leaf tossed in a storm, the present and the past crashing together. I can no longer tell what is real and what is a distant memory brought into a sharp relief. Luke is safe. Luke is in danger. I am on Tatooine. I am on the battle station. The past, the present, even the future. I am being overwhelmed. It shouldn't be like this. This is not what Yoda promised. I see things that are not yet to be. Leia slumped beside a console, Captain Solo falling so very far. Evil triumphant, and then vanquished, and then rising again. And worst of all, Luke, as I am now, an old man, his face creased, his eyes haunted. He's cut off from those who love him, consumed by regret and sorrow. It is too much to bear, a future I never want to see. So that was it, that little bit right there. It actually shows us that in canon, Obi-Wan saw everything that happened in The Last Jedi, or at least parts of it that were very important, such as Luke being old and triumphant rising. Now, one thing before I want to explain everything else, the part where he says evil, triumphant, and then vanquished, and then rising again, is he talking about Palpatine being triumphant, and then being beaten, and then Snoke rising again? Or is he talking about Snoke all in one, being triumphant, vanquished, and then rising again? There's a lot to speculate on that itself, but let's continue. The fact that he saw the future, saw Snoke as this evil, rising entity, saw Leia hunched over as Han fell to his death so very far down the hole in Starkiller Base. And worst of all, Old Man Luke, eyes haunted, which we know was from Ben slaughtering Luke's Padawans, then Luke cutting himself off from those who love him and the Force itself, consumed by sadness, regret, and sorrow. The vision was clearly too much for Obi-Wan to handle, and something that he didn't want to go deeper into. Now, of course, we want to understand that when they were writing this new canon piece, it is after they have written A New Hope. Obviously, this is like 40 years later, so they can't dive too much into what Obi-Wan saw, as then it would make things kind of confusing for what we would see later on in the trilogy, or the original trilogy, I should say. Making us ask questions like, why didn't Obi-Wan warn Luke about what would happen to him later on in life, so he could maybe make some different choices? After all those years of being a Force ghost, Obi-Wan could have developed so many new abilities, and dove deeper into his visions, which was something Yoda was always trying to achieve in the prequels, as he spent most of his time meditating more than anything else, to reveal the darkness that clouded the Force, to see into the future. However, to be careful and mindful when doing so, just as he warned young Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith. The fact that Obi-Wan saw the new evil rising in the galaxy after Palpatine was vanquished, or perhaps maybe he's talking about Snoke in general, along with Han's death and Luke in exile, is just another testament as to how powerful becoming a Force ghost is, which is what we got a short glimpse of in The Last Jedi with Yoda. This makes me much more optimistic about Luke's powers now that he has become a Force ghost, and for the new world that we're about to embark on, opening our eyes to new views and visions of the Force itself. So with that, I think a lot could be done in Episode 9 possibly, if they develop upon this with Luke's story. What did he see when he became a Force ghost? What did he go through? Hopefully this is something that could be explained in the Episode 8 book that comes out in just a month's time. So let me know what you guys think of Obi-Wan's new power here. Should he have told Luke what he saw? What do you think it would have changed? Do you think he should have told Yoda? Stay tuned for the new videos coming about him meeting with Yoda for the first time after death, and everything new he is about to learn with this unlocked power. I'll see you all in the next episode with something very special coming May 4th, and maybe even a little teaser trailer before that. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill